Hello, welcome to another Isarsoft webinar. Today it's all about people counting and crowd management with Isarsoft Perception. If you don't know me, my name is Oskar Haller. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Isarsoft, and in the next 30 minutes I'll be talking exactly about people counting and crowd management with video analytics. Isarsoft Perception is a powerful, high-precision AI video analytics software which impresses with reliability, ease of use, and a wide range of integrations. As you can see already from this image, the software is able to detect people very far away. So different from video analytics solution 10 years ago, thanks to AI, we can use video analytics in combination with security cameras for people counting and crowd management. What benefits do we see when using video analytics for people counting and crowd management? Typically, we have three kinds of application areas. So one is the planning aspect, where we want to build forecasts about the infrastructure usage in the future. The second one is operational efficiency, where we want to have, with the infrastructure as it is right now, we want to make it more efficient. We want to increase the customer satisfaction and reduce negative factors such as waiting time. And then the third aspect being security, increasing the security of the site through intelligent alerts when otherwise no reaction would happen. Video analytics can provide insights in real time to notify security operators and take action to threats before they become a problem. Which application areas do we see for video analytics in that domain? So first of all, crowd monitoring. One major aspect of video analytics is being able to see large crowds, measure large crowds accurately. As you can see here in a train station scenario, the software can count the number of people on the platform and inform the operator when the number of people exceeds the limit. So what previously has been a best guess based on visual appearance can now become a really scientific measure that has hard boundaries, saying if the number of people that is provided by the video analytics system exceeds a certain threshold, then we have to take action such as providing security stuff and for example, making a announcement or adjusting the train schedules to send trains to other platforms that are not as crowded as the other ones. The same can be applied also in stadiums where we see large crowds at events and provide real-time insights to the operators to adjust the flow of the crowd. A second aspect that is more less in the security domain, but more in the operational efficiency domain is queue management. So with perception or with Isarsoft Perception, operators are able to measure the number of people waiting in queues, measure their dwell time, measure the throughput time of the queues, and that way can increase operational efficiency by, for example, opening new queues when the waiting time becomes very high. This can be also applied not only in airports, but also in retail scenarios. So everybody knows it when you're in a retail store and the queue is very long. Of course, first of all, it's not something anyone wishes for, and then second, some people might even decide to not go shopping in a store that has these kind of long queues. So video analytics can help to provide real-time insights on queue management. And the last aspect that I want to dive into is people counting and flow analysis for commercial real estate, train station, and airports. So oftentimes in these buildings, we already have cameras. So the advantage of a video analytics system over manual counting or sensor-based systems is that video analytics works 24/7 with the cameras that are already there. So getting a video analytics system is super easy. You don't have to have an electrician to put up new sensors, but you can use the existing security cameras for the counting, get highly accurate numbers from that system, and do things such as measuring the in and out flow in the building, the total number of people in the building, analyzing pathways, and to then optimize things like product placement or adjusting the commercials and measuring commercial effective rate, these kind of things. So with these three topic highlights, I want to dive into a live demo. So this is the dashboard of Isarsoft Perception, where you can see the application runnings, where the applications run. And today it's all about people counting and crowd monitoring. So we will have a closer look at these kind of applications and what you can do with the software. So let's start here at the bottom with an airport. And that is actually one of the topics that I've previously mentioned, the queue management. So video analytics is really powerful to provide these insights into queues, measuring the number of people inside the queue, measuring the throughput numbers, and then providing estimates about the waiting time in the queue. Same could be here from another kind of perspective. And as you can see, the software accurately detects the number of people and can provide real-time information about how many people are in the queue. If you were to adjust this kind of setting for a new kind of queue, you could simply add a new zone over here to account for another check-in area. And with these couple of clicks, you would already see, okay, this queue is a lot less utilized than the queue over here. Then with respect to people counting, one application that I'd like to showcase is this city here, where we can see people that walk down the street and being counted over a line. So we can measure how many people cross by the shops on a daily basis. We can measure their dwell time. As you can see, everything is pixelated, so no personal information is being shown. So it's absolutely privacy compliant. And as you can see here, people can even be displayed on a map to see their current location. Everything without any additional sensors, but just from the security cameras. Diving more into this kind of footfall topic, we can see here application where people are being counted when moving into the shop, and as you can see, it accurately counts the number of people going in and out. So we could even like build an application that displays the total number of people currently in this store based on the number of people that go in and out. Going more into this crowd monitoring domain, you can see here an intersection where there's lots and lots of people, and even with scenarios like this, the software can cope. So you can also see that it also measures the cars. But yeah, it could be used for large kind of large crowds and very chaotic scenes. If we follow that thought, another kind of perspective where we can see the number of people on a boardwalk. If we want to edit this here, it's super simple to measure the flow of people on the street here, simply by drawing a line. Once the person cross the line, we get the results about the flow of people. With respect to crowd monitoring, what's often of interest are the entries and exits. So we have a building here where we can see people coming in and out. And what could be done now is to simply measure the number of people moving into this building, and that way being able to control the total number of people inside the building, simply by adding again a line over here. The same can be done for these kind of escalators, where we can add, for example, a line over here. So people going onto that specific floor of the building, and adding another line for the number of people leaving this floor. I have to turn it around, yeah, like that. So that way we get the counts for the people going in and out. Additionally, of course, escalators could also be a point of interest when it comes to crowd monitoring. So seeing how many people are currently inside the escalator, coming to a certain level of a building, and entering a floor or leaving a floor. Last but not least, I want to show you here these multi-floor buildings, where we can see that even in these very complex scenario, the software is able to detect the people walking, being able to measure their trajectories, measuring velocities. So we could do things like detecting when people are starting to run, measuring where people do dwell the longest, where do they walk frequently. So for that, I also jump back here again to this one. So we can see here, this area of the street is much more frequently visited than the other side of the street. So when planning for a large-scale event, we could know where do people move, where do people dwell, and which areas will be problematic when it comes to crowd management. So far for the live demo. You may wonder, okay, this looks really, really neat. How can I get started with video analytics? If you don't have a video analytics system yet, that's perfect. If you have security cameras already installed, even better. How does it work? when you have security or cameras already, likely you can use them. Isarsoft Perception is compatible with all or most of the IP cameras. What you need is a edge device where the software is installed, and then those streams from those cameras are being processed on the edge device and can provide metadata to your existing business intelligence infrastructure. If you have a lot of cameras, saying 20 or more cameras, you would get a server, and on that server the software would be running, providing the dashboard that I've previously showed you, and then providing again all the metadata in real time, so you can integrate it in complex workflows, complex operational processes, and make the most out of this data with your decision makers. We even have pre-built integrations. For example, we integrate with video management systems such as Milestone or Genetec, and from those systems we can receive the video feeds and send notifications back, so security operators can react to these notifications. If you're concerned about privacy, I can assure you that Isarsoft Perception is 100% made in Germany. It's compliant with privacy regulations such as GDPR, and we are regularly checked externally and internally on security topics. Our privacy by design approach makes it very easy to use the system in a security camera system. So all we do is process the video feeds in real time. We detect the people in the video feed, but we directly anonymize the people, so everything is redacted, and no video data is permanently stored on any of the devices that our software runs on. So you can rest assured that you're privacy compliant when using a video analytics system. All right, that's it for today. Let's see if there are questions. You can send the questions over the chat. But it doesn't seem like there are any. So yeah, thank you very much for joining in today. If you have questions, you can also reach out to us after this webinar. These are our contact details. Thanks for joining, and yeah, have a wonderful day.